Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. We're going to carry on from where we left off last week, and we're going to try to get the last race done of the Japanese front engined rear wheel drive challenge 450. So Kyle saw this car in the garage and he decided to hop into this one today. It's a 1988 Sylvia with the red line NGK Toyo tires livery. So got a couple of sponsors on the car. Hopefully that means it's got itself decently set up with decent tires and a redline racing setup. So I'm hoping that means Kyle can get a win here today, and we can move on then to the next challenge. So without further ado, let's get out on track and see how Kyle did in the race, or see how Kyle does in the race, let's say. Right, here we go. 450 pp, the limit for this race. Ashizawa driving in front in the silver car. I think that's a Lexus, if I'm not mistaken. This really does sound nice. Oh no, it's a Genesis, I think it is. It's in front of Kyle right now. The car looks nice, the car sounds nice. I suppose we will see how it performs in comparison with these other cars. This is a track car, obviously, that has been built in the team garage. All these other cars being street cars. Oh, Kyle getting a little bit wildly out of control there. A lot of power obviously going to the back end of this car, and maybe needs some attention on the differential. It seems to be handling it now. I think that's the first couple of turns, kind of just getting the feel for the car. But Ashizawa has got him right on his tail right now. Inside overtake on Lenoir as well, both cars, but he loses position back into 7th. Lenoir looking quicker in the Fair Lady, and here comes Ashizawa as well. So slightly too keen into that bend defending, but Kyle keeps position number 6, not too bad, but he does seem to be battling with power delivery onto the back end of the car. Obviously does need some more work. Oh, Derioche getting overtaken there, dropped into 4th position in the AE86 Toyota from Initial D. I watched that movie not too long ago, just for the heck of it. Very cool video there. Sato in 2nd has got Brennan breathing down his neck on the start-finish straight. Now moving into lap 2. Got a nice stance on this car. I have got it dropped quite low down. It has got a sport exhaust as well. We can see that, which is obviously going to have brought the power up. Stop take brakes by the looks of it, judging by the livery on the car. I suppose if it's the sponsor, that's what's being used on the car. Car does seem to handle quite well. Kyle seems to be getting the hang of it. Nice inside overtake there. If there's enough room to take it, but otherwise, as a rule, we've asked Kyle to try to take the outside line if the cars are quite tight into the apex. Don't want him taking dives and pushing his competitors wide and potentially damaging both cars, ours and theirs. But looking really good right now, 2nd position, and he's chasing the newer model Sylvia. I think that's the I think it's a 94. We got the 1988 version of the Sylvia. So we are up against better technology. although our car has got more of a race setup and we have got some sporty equipment bolted onto it to get it competitive over the rumble strips. And he's right on Blom, right on him, and he's overtaken, taking first position. Kyle Brennan takes first, Blom now chasing in the later model Sylvia. Can Kyle hold him off for the rest of the lap and take the win? Blom not giving up, right on Kyle's tail. You can see the difference in the stance. Ours really low in comparison to the other car. There we go, across the start finish line for the victory, race number 1 for today. Kyle Brennan taking the gold home. That is precisely what we needed, precisely what we wanted, because now we get to see what's next, and yeah, we'll see what we need to do next as with regard to this career. So not too far ahead of the other car. Blom coming in 0.395 seconds behind, so less than half a second between us. So I think the other car actually has a better top end. So if that finish line was a little bit further down the track, we might not have got that result. But nonetheless, Kyle Brennan takes it. So yep, great start. Let's move on. Right everyone, so this is where we are at the moment. All the top ones, the top menus have been completed, and we've just finished this one here, the Japanese front engine rear wheel drive 450. Next we move up onto the European Sunday Cup 500. No races completed in this one so far, so let's jump in this and see what we're up against. Starting off with the a 10,000 prize for this one. This looks like it could be European cars again. Yes, European Sunday Cup 500. So we've got to get a European car. Recommended car is the McGann RS Trophy at 498 pp. Max is 450. So we'll hop in here and we'll see if we can find a French car for ourselves. 500. Oh, okay. This is an absolute no-no. We're not going to go for that, because that is an absolute monster to drive. I think we might just go with the Clio again, because that was a magic little car. So let's shoot up here and do the first race, the European Sunday Cup 500. The best record the best result we've ever recorded here is a 3rd place. We're looking for gold on everything so that we can pass and get through here. So, and yeah, see you trackside for the race. And here we go for the start of the race. Kyle Brennan starting in 8th position. He's pretty confident in this car. He's done quite a lot of work with the engineers on that gearbox, trying to get everything sorted. You can see 1st, 2nd, very long, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th a lot closer together. So he thinks that is going to be a winning combination. It's proving to be pretty good so far. He's up into 6th position, overtaking Durant and Breyer quite easily on the first turn. Coming up the hill now, behind Jacques, the Frenchman in the, is that the DS? I think it is, yes. Had to take the outside line around the outside of the DS, and Jacques slips into 6th position. Hizel in 4th in front. He's always somebody that is a very difficult person to beat in that Mercedes. Carl's been doing quite a lot of testing with the car, and it is looking super smooth right now around the outside. Hizel fighting him off and trying to get past the Golf as well of Singer. Kyle moves into third position in the tunnel. Pajadet in front and Lopez right in the lead, but Pajadet has overtaken Lopez into first position now. You can see him there overtaking the Megane in the Alpine. Kyle Brennan coming down to the next turn, all the way down into first gear, 55 kilometers per hour and down on the power. First gear all the way up to 100 kilometers per hour. The car really does look good, and Kyle's seeming to gel with it quite nicely here. But does he have it in the tank? Is there enough under the hood to get Lopez and Pajadet and take first position? I'm not sure if that is the case. Kyle Brennan though gets a 153.816. That's the quickest lap of the race so far. So he's definitely got the ability to win here, depending on how much quicker he actually is. He might only be 1,000th of a second quicker than the next person, which I believe is most likely going to be Pajadet, who is holding first position right now. Kyle coming through the turns nice and smooth, hugging those apexes. Well, maybe not that one, sliding a bit wide there. On the gas as hard as possible, trying to catch Lopez, one of his toughest rivals. Taking a wide line into the corner, and he's right on the back of that Megane. Lopez taking that inside line. Kyle slightly wider off the apex there, but nonetheless holds the car in check. Will Kyle get the pass done in the tunnel? It looks like he's done it. Yes, he has. Right next to that Megane, into the next tunnel, coming down to the next left-hander. You can see Pajadet out in the lead there in the A110, the Alpine A110. Kyle down into first gear, hammering that accelerator down as hard as it can go. Pajadet got a decent lead though, and I don't think we're going to have enough under that Clio's hood to be able to get in front. Pajadet taking the win here, obviously. You can see as he'll cross the line. There we go, cross the line. Kyle Brennan in second. I don't know if that was frustration or happiness, but he does get another quickest lap at 148.197. Nonetheless, he's not going to be very happy with that result because he's put so much time and effort into this car. Well, that's where we stand. 3 seconds behind Pajadet in that A110. Somehow I think Kyle might be stumping into the office and seeing what we can do about getting another car, because earlier on chatting with him he said this is probably the max we can get out of this car. PP at 499.77, and he was absolutely on it the entire time. Each gear in red line from top to bottom, basically making sure he's in the power all the time with the car, but just not enough. He may be right, we might need to look at buying another car, so I think we'll do that, and we might have to come back to this race later. Okay guys, so we've got ourselves a bit of a situation here. Now, Kyle was beaten in the previous race that he rode. He drove the Clio Sport, obviously you guys would have seen the previous race. So he had a bit of a meltdown and said he wanted to drive in the same car that beat him, which was the Alpine A110. You'll see it up there at the top of the screen. I obviously said no, because the rules of the race is that 500 pp is the max. This is 517, so I said no, absolutely not. We're not going to be exceeding the recommended pp for the race. So to try and appease the guy, I decided that I'll send him off to go and buy them again, and he can at least he can at least go and have the joy of going and buying a new car. So I sent him off, and I should have known better, because this is what he did. He went out and bought this. a pace car, a McGann pace car. Look, it is the correct car, but yeah, I don't know. So look, it was cheaper. So what he did was, how he tried to sell his idea to me was that he actually decided that the money that he saved buying the car, he put a different set of wheels on, and he did a livery on it, and he's obviously put a rear wing on the car too. So it's not like I've got much choice, because we don't have enough in the bank, as you can see at the top there. We don't have enough to buy a new McGann, so we're gonna have to just use this. Well, here we go. This is a rather ridiculous looking spectacle with those lights going. It looks more like a police chase than an actual race. But Kyle seems to be pretty confident that he'll be able to get this car out all the way to the front. Looking quite good right now, but obviously Valente is one of the back markers here. The quicker guys obviously are at the front of the grid, so whether he can get through all of this is debatable, but he's looking pretty competitive so far. Past Beauvoir in the Peugeot, up into 5th position. That's almost halfway through the field already, and only a few turns in, so maybe Kyle will make me eat my words here, but in one way I'm hoping he does, and another I'm hoping he doesn't. He's chasing Lopez now in the other McGann. This is where we'll see it. Whoa! Using every inch of track on the outside, getting past Lopez, one of our rivals that we've... Oh, he's too hot into that corner. He clips Jack over out onto the sand with 3 tyres. Loses position to Pagendet in the Alpine A110. Kyle's obviously going to be wanting to prove to me that he's quicker than the Alpine, even though the PP level on that car is higher than the one he's got at the moment. But it's looking pretty impressive so far. I can't really complain, although I can complain about the lights on the top of that car. He could have at least taken those off. But I suppose that's classic Kyle Brennan, wanting to get as much attention on himself as possible. So a bunch of flashing lights on a race car. Well, don't think there's any better way of doing it than that. But looking quite impressive actually. Chasing his that Mercedes that he's driving is really impressive. Very quick on acceleration. So will Kyle Brennan's pace car be able to beat the pace of his in the Mercedes? Looked like he went a little wide there. He would have lost some time, which is not going to work in his favour. Overall, this is the final lap of the race. He does get a best sector there, and he does have the quickest lap of the race at a 1:46.371. Is it going to be enough though to get in front of that Mercedes? He does look like he's dissolving that gap between... Oh, a massive catch up on space there. Oh, a little bit of some bumping and argy-bargy going on there between him and Hizal. Hizal keeps first. Brennan with yet another best sector round, and he's right on the back of that AMG Mercedes. I'm going to have to eat my words here. If Kyle wins this race, only a couple of turns left. A couple of bends actually. One bend, second bend. He's got better road holding, it seems, in the McGann. A little wiggle there. I think we're going to have a showboat here. Yep, if I know Kyle, there we go. Man, I'm glad for the win, but man, it was a ridiculous looking race with those lights on. But all in all, I can't complain. It was a decent result for us. 0.610 seconds ahead of Hizal taking the win. So, well, hat off to Kyle. He did do what he set out to do, and he did win the race, so I can't really complain. The pace car, I'm not sure if it actually is a little bit better than the standard car. Maybe it is, I don't know. But well, that result speaks for it. So yep, let's see how we do in the next race for the day. We'll move on to Brands Hatch now. Still European 500, and we're going to be driving the McGann trophy safety car. Have a look at this. The PP on the recommended car is 498. 495 is the McGann, so we've actually won it with the pace car actually been having less performance points than the recommended car. So hats off to Kyle. That was not bad going. But let's take the car out to the track at Brands Hatch in the UK, and we'll see how Kyle Brennan can do out here with the McGann trophy safety car. Let's go. So, look at that great weather out in the UK. Normally the UK is full of clouds and rain, but a perfect day for racing today. Let's see how Kyle does out there. Well, here we go for the next race. Let's see if this was just a fluke last time. Kyle's going to have to see if he can win here. Those flashing lights, I'm sure the other cars think that there must be a cop chasing them, and that's going to make them even more difficult to beat. They're going to feel like they're trying to outrun the Rosses. But Kyle easily into 7th position, leaving Friedman in 8th. Beauvoir in front in a Peugeot 208, I think it is. Or is it a Yaris? I think it might be a Yaris. No, it can't be a Yaris because we are racing European cars. The 208 in front there, Clement. Yep, Beauvoir also definitely in a Peugeot. Kyle going wide around the outside of Clement. He's definitely listening to the race team's advice now. I have asked him to try to keep overtaking on the outside instead of the inside. Quite a big gap between him, Hizel and Pagendet. Hizel moves into 3rd position. Pagendet in the Alpine A110 drops to 5th. Kyle obviously been battling with those two cars, trying to get in front of Hizel and Pagendet. Hizel being in the AMG, Pagendet in the Alpine. Here he comes down the inside. He has got the better line. Pagendet slightly off the track there, trying to avoid Kyle, but he does keep his line clean. So I think there was an error on Pagendet's part. He passes Grady as well in the Audi TT, and now you can see him chasing Hizel in the AMG. Let's see if he can get him. He's been battling to get the better of that car. Having to go right on the inside of the track. He does get Hizel, he overtakes, gets into 2nd position. Lopez the only one in front now in the other McGann Sport. Very tight line through there. He does push himself out wide. Hizel looking for a gap to come past and steal 2nd position back. But Kyle doing a great job there of defending. Oh, that was a dodgy line there, half on the grass. They would have definitely slowed him down. So Hizel's got another chance here to get past the McGann pace car. Lopez definitely looking closer than he was before. So Kyle's definitely inching forward and getting some ground. Got a quicker sector there, a 0.575. Don't know who's got the quickest lap yet. That has still yet to be placed on the screen. But Kyle definitely looking good in the Renault Sport McGann. Wow, right on the back of Lopez. Looks like he's actually going to be attacking to try to take the lead here. Oh, forced right into the inside. Lopez had a great line there, but unfortunately for him, we were already halfway through that maneuver, and Kyle gets past. Kyle in 1st position. Only a few turns left. Can he hold them off? Lopez and Hizel doing battle behind Kyle Brennan. and it looks like Gasol has overtaken Lopez. Kyle Brennan retains first. The McGann and the Mercedes AMG fighting it out for second position behind him. It's Gasol that takes it, but it's Kyle Brennan winning the race, taking first position in the McGann pace car. So, man, he's really doing well with this little car, and it is not the most conventional car to be racing with, but nonetheless, it seems to be pretty well sorted for what we're doing here. So, great result for Kyle. So, I guess with that, it's time to move on to the next race of the day. Right, so our next race is Circuit de Spa, Francorchamps, 24-hour layout. 2 laps on this track, 20 grand, so a decent payday if we can get this one in the bag. But Kyle's looking pretty, he's looking pretty competitive right now in the the pace car. But anyway, let's get out on the track. Let's move out there and enter the race. This is a great track. It really is a nice track. Let's just see if Kyle can master it like he's done with the others. He's doing very, very well. Better than I would have expected. Nice sunny day. A few clouds in the sky. That's not going to affect any track conditions. Not going to have any rain. So yeah, let's get him out there. So here we are at Spa, and Kyle Brennan is off to a flying start right at the back of the field. Position number 8, chasing Durant in the Renault 5 Sport, and he's around the corner and round the other car, straight onto the back of the Golf, carrying some immense speed through that first turn, and he's past the Golf and past the Polo, now chasing Beauvoir in front. I'm not sure what Beauvoir is driving. We'll have a look and see. I think it's probably the Peugeot 208. I think it is. Yes, it is. Hard on the brakes, right on the back of the Peugeot. Kyle taking a very aggressive inside line there, back onto inches behind Beauvoir on the attack. Beauvoir defending, but it's Kyle Brennan getting still second best in that exchange, but still chasing Beauvoir. Lopez in front of Beauvoir in the yellow Megane. He's going to be measuring himself against Lopez, I think, because that's obviously the same car. Although the as we saw earlier, the standard Megane with a little bit more power than the pace car for some reason. Oh, Kyle taking that one a little too late, sliding out wide. He does keep the position and keep Beauvoir behind him, although he's pretty close behind. Kyle chasing Lopez now. Lopez in third in the yellow Megane. Nice line through there. Must say Kyle's driving has improved quite a lot, but nonetheless he still seems to battle with the likes of Hizal, Pagendet and Lopez. Chasing the other Megane still, but he looks like he's got the better line through the inside. Lopez going wide. Kyle definitely takes the position with ease there. I'm not sure what happened to Lopez. He was on a wider line for some reason, but he's not giving up. Kyle taking it really wide there, cutting into the turn on the apex, making some big ground in between him and Lopez at the moment. Chasing Hizal and Pagendet. Those are the two race leaders at the moment. Pagendet in the Alpine A110, Hizal driving the Mercedes A-Class AMG. And there we go, into lap number 2. Let's see what line Kyle takes here. Does go a little wide. I think he did dab on that handbrake there by the look of it. That back came out, which is very uncharacteristic of a front wheel drive. So I think he's taking some lessons from one of the rally drivers. Nonetheless, The handbrake is a piece of equipment in the car that you are allowed to use, I suppose. Very, very quick line. He has made up a lot of ground on Hazal, who's in second place in the AMG Mercedes. He's definitely got a slipstream now. That's going to help. Hazal into first. Oh, down the inside. Oh, he's pushed them both wide. No penalty though. So obviously the race judges feeling that that was fair contention, although it did look a little bit aggressive to me. Nonetheless, he's in first position. Hazal pushed now back into third, and Pagenadet in the A110 right behind Kyle. Very different race lines they're taking there. Whoa, Pagenadet taking a look. Kyle Brennan keeps the position though. Oh, he almost crashed into the drone. Making up some ground here in between the other two cars. Bit of understeer there coming through the turn. Holding the position. Pagenadet on the attack again. It looks like he's gaining. As is Hazal. Those two are very closely matched. Oh, Pagenadet down the inside. Unfortunately, he can't make it stick. Kyle Brennan keeping the lead, very narrowly keeping the lead. Racing quite well here. Nice wide line there so you can cut in, get the maximum out of the exit. Seems to have worked because Pagenadet isn't quite as close as he was earlier. Here we go, very high speed turn that. Whoa, using every inch of track in the McGann pace car. Hard on the brakes into the chicane. Oh, nice take on that one. He's been battling with that corner quite a lot. Seems to have got it. Man, might be a lesser car than he's been used to driving since he's been away from the team, but nonetheless celebrating as if it is a major win against these drivers. He's not wrong. So Kyle Brennan takes first position at Spa. Well done, Kyle. Let's move on. Right, so first in Spa, and now we move on to the final race of the day. 25 grand for this one. It's in Spain at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. Cool. Right, let's get into this. See how we go here. 25,000 credits to win this. Right, here we go. Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia, national layout, and it is a beautiful sunny day. Let's get out on track and get racing. Welcome to Barcelona. Here we go for a 2-lap race. Kyle Brennan starting from the back again. Lopez all the way up in third. That's Kyle's main rival. Don't see any of the others that he's been racing lately, but Lopez obviously. Oh, not a very good start for Kyle. Hitting the back of Schwartz's Polo. Oh man, that's not very pretty. It's all in the name of racing. There is a bit of bumping and grinding that happens in every race. Kyle though seemed to be a lot better at keeping things more civil than he was earlier on with his first stint of racing with our team. Valiente in the Golf, overtaken on the outside. Kyle a bit wide, gets lets Valente past again. Golf looking very, very loose through the turns. And the McGann pace car a lot flatter and more composed, but it does seem to have a lot of understeer. Look at the Golf's nose bobbing and weaving around as he switches between brake and acceleration. Kyle looking like he's had enough of watching that Golf nod its head. He's around the outside and now chasing Beauvoir. Beauvoir in the Peugeot 208 this time. Was he in the Alpine last time? Oh no, that was Pageant. That was in the Alpine. Beauvoir seeming to drive the Peugeots. Lopez in the Megane. Same car as us. And Kumagi in front in position number 1, driving the Audi TT. Orange one. Car looking down the outside, switches over to the right. Right next to Lopez, he gets the pass done into second. And he gets the Audi as well. Still on the outside. Will Kumagi come through? No, Kyle Brenner retains first position. Through the chicane. Nice tidy line, a little bit of understeer, pushes him wide. Kumagi having a look, but too far back to make anything happen. And we've got the final S's. The final chicane. Left, right, onto the start finish straight. Here we go. And Kyle Brennan takes the win in Spain. Barcelona belongs to Kyle Brennan. Nicely done. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. And Kumagi comes in 1.6 seconds behind. Lopez 2.4. Beauvoir 7.494. Well, nice. First for Kyle Brennan, what a race. So that one seemed to be a lot easier than Spa. This one he did first time drive, first time win. So yeah, well done Kyle Brennan. Well, that's about it for us for today, guys. So until we meet again, drive safely, take care, we'll see you on the track.